Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, happy fun day. Refresh, refresh. There I am. It's very strange because when I first see the window that shows the live on Facebook, it shows my picture brought down and it kind of covers it up for a minute. I don't know why. I don't know why. So we'll see who's going to come on today. Yeah, because today, everybody, Julianne, woohoo! I was just going to say, it's like, okay, today was the time change, so we'll see who actually comes on today. All right, Miss Julianne, I got you, babe. Yeah, it's, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, everybody changed time. Because usually, and I don't know why, but the clock that I have that's, supposed to be, you shouldn't have to change it. Many times when the time changes, I have to mess with it. Yes, I had to remember for everybody else so I could make sure and tell you when I put the announcement out there. So my no time change day is going just great. How is your time change day going? Did you remember? So today you had to go spring forward. Oh, so you missed an hour. Yeah, it was always, spring I think was the hardest. It's like, when you change it back, it's like, oh, I get an extra hour, yay. It's like, it's just crazy. Pick a time, everybody, pick a time. Let's just go for it. I'm on with Ruth tomorrow, and it's like, okay, what time am I on? It's 3 p.m. Eastern, so I'm on at noon. Yeah, I'll tell you, it messes with people, and I think they do it. I think they do it on purpose because it messes with people, and it's. You wouldn't think that an hour would make that much difference, but it does. Because now, the sun's different, and that's the other thing I do notice. It seems like, even though I'm not changing the time, but it does seem like the sun starts changing its position faster every single day. So it's like, and what that tells me too, Miss Julianne, is this right here is, boy, during the day, if you're tired, sit down and close your eyes. Allow yourself. Just close your eyes for a couple minutes, just so you can get acclimated. Because it really does. It just messes with people. I think so. And I've heard this saying, it's like, why would you think cutting an inch off the bottom of a blanket and sewing it to the top would make any difference? But no, and it's like, right, because that's kind of what we do. But yes, I believe it was for the farming. That's what they told us. However, I have also heard that I also have heard that because of train schedules, which that doesn't make any sense to me, but that was another thing that I heard. And no matter what the reason, it messes with people's internal clocks. So they should just pick a time and not do it anymore. So now, this morning when I was shuffling the cards, the energy's moving really, really fast today. And that could be just because things are shaken up, because, we just had the big blood moon and that was really intense for people. It could be, Diego is saying, he's saying that today carries a softer atmosphere for many. He said not necessarily easy, but quieter, more inward. Well, and that makes a lot of sense, because people are probably going inward just because it's like, okay, I feel really tired, I'm going inward. But he's saying more emotionally honest. If you've been feeling tender, sensitive, tired, or unusually porous since the eclipse, please know you're not alone. This is often what integration feels like. Not fireworks, but the nervous system learning a new rhythm. And it really is, as I have said before, it's about tapping the jar. You're getting to, okay, this is where things are right now. And I have to make sense of that, because some of it might not make any sense, or something might feel off with you. And it's like, okay, maybe I just need to get used to it. It's kind of like if you taste something. It's funny, because the older I get, there's things that when I was a kid, it's like, OMG, that is just absolutely disgusting. And now it's like, I think I need to try that again. And I think that's what some of this is like. It's like, okay, if you take something for the first time and it's like, it's a little off, or you're trying to start a new habit. Well, that feels weird to do this time of day, or it feels weird to drink that, or, but then it's like, let me just do it a couple times, and then start getting comfortable with it. And then it's almost like you can't remember what it was like before. So that kind of feels like what Diego was talking about, except, sometimes, we just need to go inside, step away from the world, stop peopling for a bit. Anyway, okay, so Julianne, you may be the only one today. We'll see who else decides to show up. I'm going to go ahead and read the cards for the week, and then we'll go from there. So, as I said, all the cards came out fast. The third angel card was a little bit slower, but it was still pretty fast. So, okay, and this is for the week of March 9 through 15 of 2026. Here we go. Desert Speaks card. This one came out super fast. Oh, keep growing. Absolutely. It feels like for so many people, there's growing and learning that is going on a physical level. So you're learning new things, but it also feels like the level is growing exponentially. Not a word I typically use. But the other thing I'm feeling is that as you are growing emotionally, it's because you're coming into your wisdom. When you first learn something, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense, but you're still getting comfortable with it, and you know it. The more you share it with others, the more you use it, then it becomes wisdom. And that's what's happening with a lot of people. I think in twofold, from the perspective, yes, I think we're learning things, we're awakening things, so it is because we're learning into things that is becoming wisdom. And I also feel there are old things from our past lives, from parallel universes that are coming into play into our lives, and that's also helping us to continue to grow into more of who we truly are. Whew. Man, that's deep. All right, first Now this one I should know. Oh yeah, I do, because this one flipped over. Ha ha ha. Absolutely. Yes. Angels, angels everywhere. I had a client last week, and it was like, I know you know this, but yes, invite them into every single thing that you're doing, whether you're going to the store, whether you're making something to eat, whether you're outside playing with, in my yard, I'm going up to all the citrus trees. Invite the angels in. Invite the energy into your day. Invite your loved ones. If you want them into your day, also invite them in. That's all part of our growing. That's all part of, as we are opening up more, part of our growing is becoming more and more in tune with, oh, that's a loved one. That's my angel. That's, whoever. That's all part of it. Second angel card we have is, hear the chimes. I don't know if you guys have been hearing them, but because I see more people coming on, but I can hear the chimes. They're actually kind of quiet today. But the other thing, I could hear overnight the outside chimes. They were going off pretty gentle, but there was enough of a breeze that was going on, and I think it was just the shifting of the energies coming in. So pay attention to whether it's the chimes, whether it's you're overhearing a conversation, whether it's a bird singing, or whether it's soft spoken whispers that are coming from a loved one, coming from your angels, or coming from your soul. Listen, hear. And for many, it's just like, just be open to that. If you're not already hearing it, just be open to that. Third angel card we have is release the old. Yes, there is a lot of this going on. A lot of releasing the old that is going. That's part of the growing. Because what does any kind of flower, in order for the new buds to come in, the old stuff has to go. It's like, hey, I need room. I need room to grow. So we have to release the old. So what is it that you are hanging on to? And really look at it. Look at it, whether it makes sense that you need to hang on to it anymore. Is it something that you've been carrying since you were a child? Maybe you had a fear when you were a child, and it's like, you know what? I'm past that now. I don't feel that anymore. So look at things. And again, yes, always call on the angels, because you know what? They're here. They're here with you. They're here to support you. So there you go. Oh, and I'm going to do this. I have to do this because sometimes I need a really good shot. So there you go. for YouTube, because sometimes I have to go. It's like, okay, where is it? Where is it? Bam. Oh. All right. Oh, keep growing. I got to write that down. Keep growing. All right. Miss Marlene is in the house. Hello, Miss Marlene. Hello, Miss Marlene. Here's a mantra for you, Presh. Every day gets better and better. Jupiter's going direct on the 11th. And I know this is still a couple weeks off, because we're still in Mercury retrograde. So I think that's not until the 20th, though. So yes, happy Sunday! And yesterday's wind was wicked. It was surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think I was expecting it to be like really bad, like seeing the dust devils or dirt devils, whatever they're called, fly by. It wasn't quite that bad, but I can tell there was a lot of lemons dropping. It's like, because they're just ripe enough, and it's like the wind just, yay. All right, so Marlene and Presh, let me know if you want to get on the list. If you want to get on the list, I want to read a little bit more about Diego. He's saying, this week the energy begins to shift in a meaningful way. The first half of the week may still feel like deep settling with the body asking for more rest, more boundaries, fewer draining inputs. Yeah, I can believe that. But something begins to turn. The field becomes more supportive for forward movement, emotional steadiness, and a clearer sense of what is worth it, what is worth building from here. You know, and I wonder, this probably has something to do with it too. Anniversary, so it shows you're an anniversary follower. I don't know why it's got number 4 by you. That's cute. I know that's okay, Miss Marlene, I figured. Miss Marlene. All right, so I'm going to start shuffling for Miss Julianne. Oh, wait a minute. I want to read this. Okay, but I'm still going to start shuffling for Julianne. So here, the big pivot is Jupiter. All right, so I'm going to put this back up here so you can see that. The big pivot is Jupiter turning direct in Cancer this Tuesday. For many, this feels like emotional growth moving forward again, not in a loud way, but in a grounded way. It can bring a return of inner confidence, a stronger sense of protection, and clearer momentum around home, family, belonging, nourishment, and the foundation of your life. If the past months have felt like reviewing your emotional ground, this shift can help you begin living from what you've learned. Wow, that's kind of a big one right there. Reviewing your emotional ground, and it helps you begin living from what you learn. So that feels like in the Keep Growing card, it feels like when it goes from I'm learning this to now it's becoming wisdom. That's what it feels like. He says, as we move through the week, keep the emphasis on coherence and inner alignment. The most supportive way to meet this turning point is protect what is integrating. Choose quieter environments, reduce noise. And that, yeah, drink plenty of water. It's nurturing. Gotcha, Miss Presh. It's really, it's all about nurturing 4 years. I thought that was what it was, but it's like, I've never seen it because I don't see it when I'm on the Be Live app. I don't see the number 4. I have to flip over to the Facebook. All right, Miss Julianne, here we go, here we go, here we go. I wish it was just a little easier, that I could see it all. Ooh, I have issues with 2 cancers related to foundation that I am growing from. Interesting. Yeah, it is, you know, it is interesting. And I think looking at, so if people or situations are in your life and you're finding it's like, okay, I'm clashing a little bit more. I don't feel like, I feel like everybody's growing. So we're changing, evolving, and the relationships may be clashing in different ways than they did before. And maybe it's not that whatever is clashing now wasn't there before, but you were putting up with things. And now it just seems like it's a little bit more grating. So it's like, okay, I just got to think about this. Do I still value that relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, enough to look at ways that I can still be in this relationship and support myself? You know, maybe back off a little bit, or maybe just change the dynamic. But yeah, there's a lot of this is coming up for people in different ways. So All right, Miss Julianne, let's see what we get. Courage. Oh, yeah. Well, and because I feel like the courage actually comes from being able to speak up. You know, being able to, okay, so you're saying, ooh, I have issues with 2 cancers related to foundation that I am growing from. Excuse me. So think about, it takes courage to either say something or evaluate and reevaluate. And of course, we're in retrograde, so reevaluate how you are in the situation, how you are handling the situation. And of course, you mentioned foundation, and you got the red in the coyote, and the 4 feet, the stability, the foundation, the start of it. So, wow, growing from residual impacts of those relationships that are no longer. So, wow, that's kind of a big statement there. Growing from residual impacts of those relationships that are no longer. That is a very profound message, and that in and of itself takes a lot of courage. It really does, because you're evaluating, well, how am I with this situation, without the situation? How am I moving forward? It's like at the earlier when I was saying starting a new habit. It's like, oh, this is different. I'm going to start drinking my glass of water with my left hand instead of my right hand. Just even that, you know, and actually that brings up a really interesting thing. So think about this. If you want to shift on something, doesn't matter what it is. And it's like, oh my gosh, that seems like it's so huge. All right, so pick something else. Pick something that's just like, you know, minuscule. As drinking so I always have my glass of water on the right-hand side. Move it to the left-hand side. If you always drive to work this way, go this way. If you always are doing this, do something just a little bit different. And try that a couple times and just watch. It opens you up in different ways that it's like, well, that doesn't even seem like it would do anything. You'd be surprised. You are very welcome, Miss Julianne. All right, so shuffling for Miss Marlene. Miss Marlene. I tell you, yesterday, Miss Marlene, oh, it's funny. I was going to say, is that a coyote? No, it's funny. Bunny ears. 10 degrees difference. Today from yesterday, it's been 10 degrees difference, colder. 10-degree difference, hotter. Crazy. All right, Miss Marlene, what do we got here? It's just been an up and down. And then, yeah, we're going to be close to 100 already next week. That seems early to me. All right, Miss Marlene. Ooh, reach beyond the stars. We had this one last week. So think about this. What was going on for you last week? It feels like it's carrying into this week. Something that was going on for you. Something that you are being stretched beyond what you thought you could. It does feel like that. Excuse me, I have to take a sip of water. But think about this. What was going on last week where you were pushing yourself maybe a little bit further than maybe initially you didn't feel comfortable, but it feels like something is continuing, and it feels like whatever you're being, I want to say pushed into, there's a push me, pull me, because I think you're getting from both sides, but it feels like it's very beneficial. It feels like, almost like, oh my gosh, I never tried this before. This tastes so good. It's like it's like something like that. All of a sudden you're going to have the realization, it's like, wow, this is so easy. This is just coming so naturally. And I know you have a lot of new things coming up in your life, so you are being pushed in different ways. It's all feeling very good for you, Miss Marlene. Like exciting good. So let me know. Let me know. All right, Miss Presh. And Miss Presh, you're the last one. Unless somebody else pops on, but yeah, the time change just messes with people, doesn't it? Here's something that something that just caught my eye that Diego says is, gentle progress is still progress. And that's like how do you start, what is it? How do you start a 100-mile journey or 100-step journey with the first step? It's like, absolutely, you know what? One step at a time. Whoa. All right, Ms. Presh, that card came out onto the keyboard. I do not know what it is. All right, here we go. Celebrate. So I know you said, I hope this week is better than last week. It feels like something, whatever that was going on last week, there were things to celebrate. You maybe just didn't see them that way. And it may be things, but it also may be how you handle different things. So, so say that you have a person in your life that you're always kind of at each other. Or there's something, maybe they always overtalk, and now you're getting to the point, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm not going to be a biatch about it. I'm just going to be very gentle and say, you know what, I'm not done telling my story. Please let me finish my story. And whatever situation it is for you, it feels like give yourself a break and celebrate whatever that was, because you've come a lot further than you're giving yourself credit. I feel like that is something that we as humans, we don't give ourselves credit. I mean, I actually did have somebody that told me the other day, it's like they were in a situation where they were, it wasn't that they were being talked over, it was a situation where this is what we talked about. And the other person is like, no, it isn't. And it's like, well, it happened to be in text. So it's like, well, let me see. Whether it was, maybe it was an email. I don't know what it was. It was something where it was an email. So it's like, this is what I told you. It's like, and it's not that you're trying to overstep the person, but it's like, well, I told you this for a reason. So, yeah, stand up for yourself. However that comes through for you, and I feel like I'm always pushing myself. It feels like there's celebrate your little wins. I've talked about this with a friend of mine. She still tells me something we learned in a class a long time ago. Here's my wins for the week, or here's my wins for today. So celebrate how far you've come on different things. Celebrate, oh, I stood up for myself. Celebrate whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you. And like I said, you don't have to be nasty about it. I know, I love that card too. Pushing myself to reach for the stars, getting my ducks in a row to follow a dream. Yay, yay, yay. That is funny because I know that my neighbor, she overtalks me sometimes, and I do have to call her on it. And I never used to. Or if she's being really negative, I will call her on it, and I never used to. I know, life is just, we're always figuring stuff out, aren't we? Standard, why you say it then. Good. Yay. Yay! Yeah, takes all kinds, but you know what? We have to take care of ourselves. And the keep growing, that's all part of it. Standing up for ourselves in a loving way. We don't have to be nasty. It's like, no, we just say, I'm not done telling my story. Please wait. I have done that to more than one person. It's like, especially, you know how it is if you're telling a story and you're just getting to the part where it's really getting good and they interrupt and it's like, dang, you just missed the whole build up to that. And then it's just like, I don't even want to tell the rest of the story. Be grateful for every single dollar that comes in. And every single dollar that goes out, thank you. Have gratitude. Makes a difference. I know, boundaries, absolutely. Absolutely, those boundaries, because boundaries are not, they're not bad things. It's just standing up for yourself. That's all. All right, you guys. Sorry, it's like, you lovely ladies have a fabulous time change day. Except for Marlene and I, we're the non-time change ladies. But I will be on with Ruth tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's easier to say it that way. 3 p.m. Eastern. On Enlightened World Network, doing messages from your loved ones. Noon Arizona time, but 3 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll be back on Thursday. You are very welcome, Miss Prush. And of course, I'll be back on Sunday. So, yes. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you very much. You're welcome very much. And I will see you next time.